A few days ago, me and my friends went to see the Minions Rise of Gru, because nothing says trip with the homies like seeing a sequel to the Minions. We didn't get the awesome experience with all the people wearing suits. Instead, we got the one where kids were screaming behind us. And I know it's a kids movie, but come on, that's not a good excuse for you kids to not shut up. After it was done, we all thought the same thing. It wasn't good, like, at all. It added nothing, and it was just a bunch of bright colors and was completely lacking the heart the original movie had. But it was better than most recent Illumination movies. It was just fun, short, and simple. I'm not saying it was complete trash because it gave us a Vector cameo. And I mean, come on, it's Vector, he's the sexiest man alive. But yeah, the movie was just fun garbage. Because sometimes it's too expensive and difficult to make something that actually has the audience think. It's cheaper and it's easier to just entertain them with bright colors and call it a day. And this is proven by the fact it blew away Pixar, making nearly $130 million at the box office. But anyways, a while ago, the YouTuber Saberspout made a video about the Rise of Gru, and all the comments were talking about how it's the #1 anime movie of all time. You know, all the Mobius stuff. Since everyone was talking about the memes, I decided to make a comment about what I actually thought about the movie. I made the comment using my other account that I never upload on. I just said what I said here. The movie was better than most Illumination movies, and was fun, short, and simple, and how the Vector cameo was amazing. And boy, did we go down a rabbit hole in the replies. I'll put a link to some of the people who were in the original replies in the description down below. But now, grab some talkies, grab some Sprite, because we're going to talk about how nonsensical these gay yellow Twinkies really are. In the Minions movie, it's confirmed that they've been around since the beginning of time. The whole purpose is to serve what they assume is the villain. After they serve the British Army, they go into hiding until 1968, which would explain why they never had any relations to World War II. I mean, come on, missed opportunity. All of the Minions don't all have unique designs. Some have one eye and some are tall or small, that's it. But then there's Bob, Otto, and this one chicken version that all have designs that are unique from all the other Minions, but all three of them are not present in the 3 Despicable Me films. The mid-credits doesn't count because that was just a teaser for Minions. The other 2 main Minions, Stuart and Kevin, could so easily get mixed up with all the others, and they're even present in the original movies. But what happened to these 3? The chicken they probably ate, no doubt. But what about Bob and Otto? The Minions were confirmed immortal, so they couldn't have died. Maybe they've both been missing for the past 30 years until Gru decides to stop grewing around and go rescue them. Or maybe Bob and Otto don't exist at all. Or perhaps both of these movies don't exist and are just Gru's false memories. In DM 1 and 2, when Gru has flashbacks of his childhood, none of the Minions are seen. Now, yes, you could argue that these are flashbacks to before the 2 Minion movies, but then it gets even more strange. In this scene of the very first film, you can see in the background that there's a blueprint that says Minion, and it reveals that Gru and or Dr. Nefario designed them. And if you look at these original designs, they were supposed to be more robotic looking. They were meant to be created by Gru and Nefario. So that means these 2 movies don't exist. They're probably just stories Gru tells Malco, Ignis, and Adnix. He doesn't want to tell them that they're just yellow creatures that are just experiments made up of slime, bananas, and robotic parts. That would also explain why there's a Vector cameo in the first place, because, like, he's in his 20s in the first film, and Gru is like in his 50s. So that makes no sense how they would meet when they're kids. And before you comment anything, I know this is from the first movie, and ideas and stuff can change over time. So the Gru and Nefario making the Minions was probably a scrapped idea because, you know, money. On to the next part. Now let's say Gru and Nefario aren't the ones who made the Minions, and these 2 movies actually happen. But you might have noticed that there are less Minions in this than there were in the first Despicable Me. So, what does that mean? Now, before you get scared and click out the video, no, the Minions don't perform in any sexual acts. Okay, sometimes they do, but that doesn't count. They can't give birth because none of them have that area. And even if they did, they're all male. Then how do they reproduce? Well, the blueprint makes a return. When Gru needs his evil layer to be much bigger, he and Dr. Nefario are able to perfectly multiply the minions by making robotic replicas. So now it all comes together. Thank God, because imagining the minions doing it is unpleasant and makes me want to die. And why are Bob and Otto not present? Because, well, just like Kevin and Stuart, even though they have unique designs, they are probably just mixed up with all the other minions, probably stuck in the back of the crowd where we can't see them. Or maybe they were disposed out into space like that one minion, because they were kind of annoying.
We will make the clink sound with our mouths. Ready? Clink!
Now, which part of this theory is true? Here's where the fun comes in. I like to think that both of them could be true. I just think it's what you prefer. Did the two Minion movies actually happen and the rest are just robotically multiplied by Gru? Or do you believe that these two movies never happened and Gru made the Minions himself? Personally, I like to believe Gru and Dr. Nefario made the Minions themselves, and these two movies are the story Gru tells his kids. Because it's more heartwarming that way. He doesn't want to tell them that they're just made out of flesh and metal. He wants to tell them a fun adventure story. But it also depends on what you might think of the theory, and what are your thoughts? I find it fun to go deep into a kid's film, not usually in an unironic way, but more in a funny way. And you know what they say, if you're having fun, then you're not wasting time. So, yeah, you can say your thoughts and see if you have any other deep theories of movies made for kids. Because who knew these yellow things were capable of such darkness? Who am I kidding? We all knew they were capable of that. But anyways, a while ago, the YouTubers say in the Minions movie, it's confirmed that they've been around since the beginning of time. The whole purpose is to sue. The Minions were confirmed they're immortal, so they. But what? Well, keep messing up. But what about? Wait, why is that so difficult to say? But you might have noticed that there are less Minions than there is in the first Despicable Me. Oh wait, I'm gonna mess that up again. Oh, not grammarly correct. When Gru needs his evil layer to be much bigger, he and Dr. Nefario are able to perfectly multiply the minions by making a robot. Oh wait, gonna mess that up again. Took too long. Or maybe they were disappointed. Did the two Minion movies actually happen and the rest were just robotic replicas made by... I find it kind of fun to go deep in the kids' film. Wait, that was it. Because who knew these yellow things were capable of such darkness? Who?